Oh, hey. Didn't see you there. How you doing? Are my ears different sizes?
Pretty sure my nostrils are.
It's weird the things you learn about yourself when you're staring at yourself. I can never do that.
Yeah! Does anybody else stretch like this? It feels so good.
Oh god, I'm going crazy. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another video. My name's Seth. What's y'all name? In today's video, we are discussing NFT gaming, and more specifically, NFT gaming for noobs. Now, before we get started on the subject of today's video, I would consider it a personal favor, a great personal favor, if you could just look right over here and subscribe to the channel. Look right over in this general neighborhood and like this video. And then maybe look over in this other general neighborhood and hit that little bell. Because, well, I just think you should, that's why. Alright guys, so, like I said, in today's video, we're actually talking about NFT gaming, and more specifically, NFT gaming for people who are new to the subject. And I think that I found the top 3 games that, in my opinion, are sort of the most, newbie friendly when it comes to NFT gaming. And I've kind of done this based on a couple of criteria. But I think that basically when it comes to, a game that's gonna be friendly to someone new, there's a couple of considerations. First and foremost, the cost to enter the game. I mean, some NFT games, looking at you, Axie Infinity, have frankly ridiculous prices in order to get started. I mean, right now I think Axie Infinity is somewhere around like $500-600 in order to just get started, because you need to, buy your first Axies, and the prices are crazy. So I think that that's one of the biggest considerations, is the cost to enter and begin the game. Another one is ease of use. I mean, how technically complex is the game? Is it friendly in that it's relatively simple and there's only so many pathways that you can take, or is it very, very complex? And that is one of the categories that I've kind of taken into consideration, is how easy is it to get accustomed to the game itself. And then the other two have to do with your ability to earn, and those kind of break down into the ability to earn and like how likely you are to get some rewards and some actual cash in hand for your efforts, and finally the time invested that you need to put in order to get to that spot, because a game that requires a massive level of investment in both time and money is going to be obviously a turn-off or a deterrent to players who are unfamiliar with the concept. So I've wrangled up what I think are the top 3 games that are most new person friendly in NFT. So let's go ahead and dive into numero uno, which is none other than Ethermon. But Ethermon is a great game for newbies, I think, to NFT gaming, because effectively it's Pokemon with NFTs. I think that so many people are just acquainted with Pokemon as a whole. It's one of the most popular games ever, and so the sort of mechanics and the way that it works and the look of it and the feel of it is very similar to Pokemon, and for that reason I think that it's pretty intuitive for new players or people who have gamed before. Also, it's been around for quite a while. It's been since 2017. It got like a relaunch in 2019, and the developers are constantly adding to the world, and I think that this is a relatively lower stakes and more fun NFT game to get into. With that being said, let's kind of get into the categories. First and foremost, we have cost to enter, and the cost to enter for Ethermon is much, much lower than a lot of NFT games out there, anywhere from like $10 to $25 depending. And in some cases, it's even free to start. So again, one of the biggest barriers to entry to so many NFT games is that initial investment, and Ethermon does not have that massive, number value to get started, which is fantastic for someone new to the space. Also, when it comes to the ease of use, like I kind of already touched on, I think that the mechanics and the way that the game works are very familiar to a lot of gamers. You basically go out and adventure, you capture new mons, which are the monsters, the NFTs or the Pokemon that are within the game. You do daily quests, evolve your mon. Again, the game bears a startling resemblance to Pokemon, so I think that the ease of use on this game is probably one of the easiest to get into. Moving on after that, sort of the ease of use to the likelihood to earn, which in this game is very good, because you gain Moni, M-O-N-I, the in-game coin, from a lot of different ways, including battles and quests and like daily and weekly challenges and things like that. And you earn in-game coin for lots of different reasons. So it makes it a good chance that you're gonna earn some actual hard cash after you convert everything over. And finally, it brings us to sort of the time investment that it comes into. And this game is cool because it doesn't require, it's kind of a play at your own leisure, right? You don't have to necessarily invest a ton of time. Obviously the more you battle and the more questing you go on, the more rewards you earn and the more money you're going to earn, but that's for the individual person to decide and set for themselves. So this doesn't require a ton of upfront investment in time or money to kind of start earning, and then after that it's a sliding scale that's up to you. So that's why I think Ethermon is one of the best games for newbies to NFT gaming. Next up, at number 2 on the list, we have SplinterLands. SplinterLands is a very cheap game to get into. It costs about $10 to get started, which I mean, many games are more expensive than that. And with SplinterLands, this is arguably the easiest game to play on the list because the battles are all automated. So the way that this one works is you basically get started with SplinterLands, you build your deck, and there's lots of different, monsters and different categories of monsters. I think there's like 7 different categories or types of, of monsters that you can get in the form of these cards. And then once you build your deck, after that, the battles are all automated. So it kind of just matches up, your deck, and that might not be appealing to some people. It might be very appealing to others. So this one is, again, like I said, probably the easiest to play in this list. And as far as your likelihood to earn in this game goes, it's very high. So for battles and quests and a lot of different things, there's again many different mechanics to earn. You earn DEC or dark energy crystals, and players can earn anywhere from a couple hundred to as many as a couple thousand DEC per day, which on that higher end you're looking at several, couple dollars a day, like $7 to $15 or something like that, depending on the price of DEC, from a game that's mostly passive once you build your deck, which is really cool. You can almost just have it running in the background and make a little extra cash and attend to your deck when you need to. So the likelihood to earn is pretty good with this game. In fact, one of the highest from what I've been able to find, especially for something that requires again not a lot of time investment hands-on, so to speak. Which kind of brings me to my next thing, which is the time investment. I think the heaviest time investment in this game comes from building your deck and trading cards and making sure to get the right ones. But after that, it's kind of just set it and forget it, which is really cool. So this also has the sort of least amount of time investment to earn maybe not a ton of money, but at least a little bit of something playing a game and building out a deck, which a lot of people love. I mean, myself, I played a lot of card games growing up, like Yu-Gi-Oh! And a game in South America called Mitos y Leyendas, which I really enjoyed. Still got those in the safe at home. Hopefully they'll be worth something one day. But card building and deck building games are a lot of fun, and it's really big for a lot of people like myself, who it can be fun to kind of see the synergy and figure out which cards go best together and what the best strategy is to overall win. So SplinterLands, number 2 on the list. Excellent game to play, especially for those who aren't looking to invest a ton of time, but maybe, a little bit and still make a little bit of cash. And finally, that brings us to number 3, which is one of the arguably more exciting ones, or cooler ones, I should say, which is Blankos Block Party. The coolest thing about Blankos Block Party, one of the many cool things about it, is that it is free to enter. And as far as the ease of use goes, it is awesome. There's all kinds of different games. You can make your own lands and create your own games and invite your friends to play on your games that you created with your own rules. So there's a lot of different ways, to stay entertained, and this is maybe the closest to like a AAA title on this list, and arguably one of the closest to a AAA title in all of NFT gaming. It's really neat looking. This one looks like arguably maybe the most fun out of all of them because there's a lot of opportunities to play different kinds of games and just have a great time playing. That being said, this might be the heaviest in terms of time investment that you actually have to put into any of these games because you have to participate, you have to be active, you have to play the actual games, go through the little mini games and go to different lands and participate in like daily, weekly, and seasonal challenges to get unique rewards. So this is the heaviest time investment. And as far as your potential to earn, there's lots of different ways that you can earn in the game, much similar to all of the others. And again, this is arguably, you're gonna have the most fun using this particular one, which is why I think that it's a great game for newbies because it's less of a grind than some of the others and more of just like having a good time and enjoying yourself. So Blankos Block Party, again, a great friendly beginner game. It's very popular. It's a lot of fun, and there's a lot of different ways to earn, and like I said, just generally kind of enjoy yourself and have a good time. But that pretty much rounds it out, you guys. Those are my top 3 games that I think that are the most sort of user-friendly or newbie-friendly, largely because they're not very expensive to enter. Most of them are pretty fun. Some are more, active than others. But overall, I think these 3 games offer unique offerings to the player. You've got like a monster Pokemon-esque game, you've got a card and deck building game, and then you've got like a mini game, almost Mario Party-esque oriented game where you get to collect little characters and toys. So they're all very unique, and I think ultimately all of them would be good choices for someone who, maybe like you, is looking into, diving into their first NFT game. So if you like this video, you guys, make sure to like the video by giving it a thumbs up down below. If you want to make sure to see more NFT content coming out from here at the channel, make sure to, subscribe and hit the little bell so you're notified when these videos come out. If you enjoyed the video, like I said, leave me a comment down below. Which of these 3 games, have you played any of them? Do you enjoy them? What's your favorite NFT game? There's a lot of different kinds out there and more on the horizon, which is super, super exciting. So let me know down in the comments. Make sure to like the video, make sure to subscribe, and as always, you guys, game it till you make it. Catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.